Hello everyone and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. I have a lot I need to do to get caught up with my weekly cleaning. We've been busy working on projects around the house and there hasn't been a lot of time to keep up with the cleaning, and I've been squeezing in smaller tasks whenever I can. So I was able to switch out the blanket on the sofa the day before, and I just need to get it folded and put away so it's ready for next week. And I would have skipped laundry today, but my husband is completely out of clean socks, so that wasn't an option. So I'm starting out with laundry this morning so that I can work on other things while I'm waiting for the clothes to dry. I always wash the whites separately in hot water because colors can bleed in the wash and make the whites dingy. And we don't have a lot of white, so I try to include the towels so that we have enough for a full load. I make the bed every morning and I wash the sheets every week, and I would change them every day if it wasn't so much work. And I usually take the sheets off, wash them, and put them right back on the bed so that I don't have to fold them. But I want to make sure that the bed gets made, so I'm going to put a new set of sheets on the bed, and I'll wash the sheets later in the week when I have more time. If you're new here, my name is Randy and I make videos for cleaning and organizing motivation, and I post new videos every Friday. So if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to take a minute and hit that subscribe button.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
I love to start the day with a clean kitchen, and I try to clean up the kitchen after the last meal of the day, and the more I can get done the night before, the less I have to do in the morning. So today I just have a few dishes that I left to dry overnight and I need to get them put away.
You and I can weather any storm before I sleep.
I try to clean the shelves in the kitchen every week, but grease and dust gets in the air and sticks to the surfaces, so it's harder to get the dust off the shelves. So I use a damp microfiber cloth to clean the dust and the grease, and then I use a dry microfiber cloth to remove the excess water that can leave spots.
What we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times.
The old sponge was starting to fall apart, so I grabbed a new one, and I'm just using granite cleaner on the bottom of this window, and I try to avoid using cleaners with a microfiber cloth unless it's a mild cleaner because harsh chemicals can damage the microfiber. I've been neglecting the flowers that I keep in the window, and they're starting to wilt, but the soil is so dry that the water will drain right out of the pot, so I'm just going to fill the sink with water and I'll let them soak for an hour or so. We have dinner together at the table most nights, and I spot clean after we eat, but once a week I like to take off the table runner and shake out the dust, and then give the table a thorough cleaning, and I just use a damp microfiber cloth to wipe everything down. It's too hot to spend any time outside, even when the sun goes down, but keeping the patio clean helps keep the dirt from getting tracked inside, and it's quick and easy to do, and it gives me a chance to check on the plants because in this heat it only takes a day or two before they start showing signs of damage. Miss Callie is starting to lose her hearing, and it's making her jumpy. Because she has trouble hearing, any sudden noise or movement seems to surprise her. But thankfully, it doesn't seem to slow her down any. need to refill the fountains and water the plants almost every day, so while I had the hose out, I washed off some of the muddy footprints I found on the patio. And I mentioned this expanding hose in the last video, and we liked it so much we got another one for the backyard. And I try to include most links in the description box, but be sure to leave a comment if you have a question about anything, or if you need a link to something that isn't listed in the description box.
Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say
I'm using Sprayway glass cleaner and a squeegee to clean the back door today, and using a squeegee is the fastest way to get a streak-free shine, but I don't worry too much about it. There are days when I question why I even bother to clean this back door, because it won't stay clean for more than 5 minutes before there's nose prints all over the door again. But if I don't clean the glass at least once a week, I wouldn't be able to see through the glass at all.
each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh.
The clothes are dry, so I can fold the laundry and get it put away, and I use wool dryer balls to speed up the dry time, and I was taking them out of the dryer after every load, but it was an extra step that didn't seem necessary, so now I just leave them in the dryer.
You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that
I get a lot of questions about how I keep the whites so white, and I think it's mostly because the camera is kind. But I always use vinegar in the rinse cycle, and I like to add OxyClean in with the whites.
don't hold me back now, I'm in the lead. This so bravely, steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Now they're round on my mind. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. I'm never coming down, never coming down. I never built the wall to shut it all down, but now it's even made of concrete. This particle life, this particle life. What a time to be alive. Lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down, steps on the ground. Hate me, but I ain't never coming down. Never coming.
I usually dust the house once a week, and I like to dust the entire house all at once, and it usually takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to go over everything with a duster. And the duster that I have is an electrostatic duster, and we've had it forever. And I haven't found another one that I like as much as this one, and I'll try to add a link to one that's similar if you want to give it a try. But I like this one because it cuts down on my cleaning time, because it can cover such a large area with one pass, but the bristles are fine enough to get into those tiny crevices.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you, wanna see you smile? Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now. But I will make you forget all your sorrow.
I always get questions about what I have in these jars, and I've been saving all the flowers that my husband gives me over the years, and I just clip off the petals and let them dry out before I add them to the jars.
Time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes.
How often I have to stop and clean the duster depends on how dusty the house is. If it's really dusty, then I can make it around one room before I have to stop and shake out the dust, but other times I can dust an entire level of the house before it's full. And it's easy to clean out, I just use the blower to get the dust out, but a vacuum would work just as well.
There's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright, all night. We're all about the good vibes, all about the good vibes.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
I made my way upstairs with the duster, and now I can make my way downstairs with the vacuum. And this is pretty much my go-to routine to make me feel like I got something accomplished and get me back on track. And there's just something about clean floors that makes the whole house feel clean.
From my winter hell, I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you, no matter who or no what.
This used to be a guest room, and I haven't done anything with the room since I cleaned it out. I have a temporary desk set up, and I'm using it as a temporary storage space, but eventually I plan to turn it into a space where I can work and still have a place for guests to sleep.
Where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you now to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you, no matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true.
Hair gets swept up the stairs every time we go up, and Miss Callie likes to sleep against the step as well, so this bottom step is always covered in dog hair, and I need to vacuum this spot more often.
Say, just find your
laugh look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sun sets on fire, tell me your desires. We're not getting.
The plants have been soaking in the sink for most of the day, so I need to take them out of the water and let them drain, and I put off getting a dish rack forever because I didn't want something that was going to take up a lot of space, but I finally decided to try this rack that I found on Amazon, and it rolls up so it's easy to store under the sink and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it may not be the best option for a lot of dishes, but it's perfect for what I need, and I love that it fits over the sink so it doesn't take up a lot of counter space.
If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now.
I have cleaning routines and schedules that help keep my house clean, but there are definitely times when either I don't have the time or I just don't feel like cleaning, so there are some routines that I always stick to, but I'm much more flexible with others. And I usually split up the weekly cleaning over separate days of the week, and each day I have a cleaning task that covers a large percentage of the space so that it makes a big impact. But putting them together can help me get caught up on cleaning or a good jump start on the week. Whenever I'm short on time, I try to focus on cleaning areas that will have the biggest impact. And since stainless steel appliances have a big visual presence in the room, polishing them is something that makes a big difference in a short amount of time. And I'm just using a damp microfiber cloth to clean the stainless steel, and then I follow it up with a dry microfiber to restore the shine. And I used stainless steel cleaner for years until I tried microfiber, and I don't think I'll ever go back.
This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Let's go.
Give me your strength and show me your weakness. We're in this together now. We're in this together now. Give me your love and tell me your secrets. 'Cause we're in this together now. Yeah, we're in this together now. No, 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 no. I'll keep you safe, I'll give you my everything. Even if we're falling down, even if we're falling down, all of me is yours, every part of me. 'Cause we're in this together now. You and me together now. What's the point of living if we're scared to lose each other? What's the point of living without you? Tell me now and I'll stop fighting. Tell me now and I'll stop breathing. I don't want to be here without you. Without you. Without you. me you're a light, I'll keep you from darkness. Even when the sun don't shine, even when the sun don't shine, give me your strength and show me your weakness. 'Cause we're in this together now, you and me together now. What's the point of living if we're scared to lose each other? What's the point of living without you?
That's all for today. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications before you go. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.